Hello and welcome to the Scornavacco Martial Arts Instructor Tip of the Week. This is a mini video series we're doing as an assistant for you guys to practice at home, both as students and as parents. Every Wednesday we will be releasing a video that will give you guys a small 3 to 5 minute tip to help you guys better practice at home and hone your martial arts skills. Today, myself, Mr. Mike, and my assistant, Mr. Clark, one of our junior leadership members and peak performers, will be taking you guys through a couple of basic punching drills to develop speed and power. I hope you guys enjoy it. The first drill we have for you guys today is something to help you guys develop hand speed and the speed at which your students or your children retract their punches so they can fire another one. So what we'll do is we'll have you guys set out into a horse stance. This is really good for you parents to do with your kids, both to help develop the stance and to help develop the hand speed. So one thing you can be keeping to remind your student is just to keep their knees bent while they're doing this, and just tell them the way we check it is if they can see their toes from here, that means they need to bend their knees just a little bit deeper. So go ahead and stand up nice and tall for me. Then just look down at your toes and then bend your knees until those disappear. Perfect. So what we're going to do today is a little drill I like to call catch the punch. What I'm going to do is just leave my hands open here. And he's going to throw one punch at my hand, and his goal is to snap that punch back before I can grab his hand. So if he's really slow on bringing his hands back to his chamber or to his guard, I'm going to be able to hold on punch. So we'll show you what that looks like first. He's going to throw a punch. If I can grab that, we need to increase the speed at which he pulls that back. So instead, what he's going to do is drop out to that horse stance and snap that punch in and back as quick as he can without letting me catch this. So from this position, his hands are going to be coming back to what we call the chamber, right here by his side. If he takes a step back to his self-defense stance, into his neutral bow, we'll be looking at bringing his hands back to here, what we call the guard. Once again, punching into the hand and drawing back as fast as he can. Just like that. Very easy drill for you guys to do at home with your kids. Takes about 3 minutes to do. They really enjoy it, but excellent practice at home. In our catch the punch drill, you guys learn to work with your student in order to practice the speed at which they brought their hands back to their chamber or their guard. This next drill we're going to do is just working on hitting the target. The speed we're going to work on here is the speed at which he sees a target, picks it up, and throws a strike into it. So we're going to have Mr. Clark step back out to his training horse. What I'm going to do, we can do this with training pads if you guys have them at home, or we can do this with an open hand. Either way works. What I'm going to do is have my pads nice and closed so there's no target available. Then I'm going to quickly show one target, and as fast as he can, he's going to reach out and try and punch that target. We can also do this from a training or from your neutral bow, your self-defense stance. So he'll go ahead and step off to the side. Once again, just punching into the pad as quickly as he sees a target. As your student or your partner becomes more proficient at this, the next step of this is once you show the target, you then take it away. And their goal is going to be to hit that pad before you can pull it away from them. This can once again be done from a neutral bow or from his training horse, where you're setting that challenge for the student. As I said, this can be done with the open hand as well. Just make sure your fingers are out of the way so you're not getting punched in the fingers. And just like the catch the punch drill, they'll punch right into the palm of your hand. And your goal will be once again to try and see if you can get them to miss. This is also a really good drill to work on something we call point of origin, or where the punch starts. So go ahead and step back to a neutral bow for me, sir. What I'm going to do now is hold a target out statically for him. So I'm just going to put it there. When he decides to throw his punch, if he shows the punch is happening too much, if there's too much of a wind-up, if he's really throwing his whole body into it, what I'm going to do is drop the pad out of the way, because I see that punch coming. This is really good for both self-defense and for point sparring. The goal here being the punch starts from right here with very little wind-up. So as soon as he fires that punch, it's going to hit, rather than a big wind-up where I can then pull his target away. Our last drill for you guys today is something to help develop control with your student or your partner. What control is the ability to fire a strike rapidly at the target without delivering damage. The idea here is you throw the punch quickly and powerfully, but pull the punch back before it delivers its full force. So quickly striking out and back without ever damaging your partner. A very easy way to do this at home is to simply just grab a bit of printer paper, which I'm going to hold for Mr. Clark here. Holding it for your partner, go ahead and just hold it nice and taut. What your partner's going to do, and we'll go ahead and just do this from a horse stance for now, is the goal here is to hit the paper, give it a nice solid snap without tearing through the paper. So he's just going to punch right to the center and then pull it back. As you can see, if he delivers a full strength punch here, we're going to go through the paper. A very simple drill. As students get older, we'll have this practice them on each other, but for a very standard level for anybody who hasn't trained, this is very easy to do and virtually risk-free. For a bit of an added challenge, you can go to your local arts supply store and pick up some tissue paper. This stuff is very temperamental. So this is even more of a challenge, so we'll see if Mr. Clark can get this. And give it one more good one, right through the middle. Perfect. So a very easy drill for you guys to practice your power at home without having to worry about hurting yourself. One word of caution, please don't hold the paper straight in front of your face, as if they do punch through it, you're the next thing in the way. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week.